On the bottom is a Thompson Contender compass. Welcome to the Nut and Fancy project review of this pretty excellent rifle. It does have a few quirks we're going to discuss in this tabletop. At the top is the just reviewed, posting very close to this one, Tikka T3 CTR compact tactical rifle. Why is it there, Nuttin? Well, it looks better if two guns are on the table, that's why. I'm not going to go fetch something else. And they're both bolt guns, and we ran them together. I can make some comparison and contrast, which will actually be very interesting because they represent very different price levels. This one's going to be only, and I really mean only, $350 for the Thompson Contender compass, which has a 5R rifled barrel. Smith & Wesson now owns and runs TC. That's a cold hammer forged barrel on the T3, and it shot pretty well. But dudes, it's almost 3 times the price. It's $870 or something like that, and worth it at that price. It's a great tactical bolt action rifle. Go watch that review. Couple quirks on that one too. We talk about it. So if you're in a hurry and you're watching this at lunch or at work, and thanks for watching, by the way, and you don't have a lot of time, come back and watch the whole video. But here's the bottom line. I would probably, and I'm thinking hard about this because I don't want to just throw it out there. If I'm hunting with a gun, we're talking philosophy of use, I would probably buy the Thompson Contender compass over the Ruger American and over the Savage Axis. Maybe over the Weatherby Vanguard too. And the reason why, and let's kick it off with this, is because it's so darn accurate. That's why. I mean, the accuracy on this gun is insane. Here comes some targets, and first up, let me say this. Thanks to Wyatt at Gunny's Gun Store in Orem, Utah, for lending the project this gun. It will be for sale at his store. Certificate of authenticity proving that this serial number, where is it? Whatever it is, you can see it right there, was the test bed for TMP. I won't sign the guns. I don't do that anymore. I don't want my name on the guns, but you'll be serial number matched, signed, and embossed. So it proves it. This is the gun. Thanks to Wyatt. So that's cool. I mean, it allows me to test more stuff. That's one reason why the gun show is cranking now. Thank you. Here comes, oh, I know what I was going to tell you about Wyatt. This is funny. So I pick up the gun, and he goes, dude. It's that dude, the 4D syndrome. Dude. And I'm like, what? He's like, you got to run the scope with this gun. And so I'll roll in a photo of the piece of crap scope he gave me. The Hawk, whatever it was. I'm not saying that all Hawk optics are garbage, but he was super excited about this, and I made the mistake of mounting it on this gun initially. I think it was this one. Yeah, it was. And it sucked. I mean, the turret sucked. I got it out there in dust conditions, then it got dark. I couldn't see. It has a horrible reticle in it. Low contrast. I mean, it was so bad that the first outing, which I shot, let's see, maybe this target with, was such an abortion. I was like, I got to come back. Because I knew this was not the gun. I was like, come on. I'm shooting as carefully as I can. I think it was a scope. And this is near dust. That's PMC match. That's a decent group. TC stands for Thompson Contender Compass. I was just like, then I shot this group right here, and I was like, I mean, these are okay. This is more in line. I'm like, okay. I think it's with that crap Hawk scope. By the way, Wyatt, throw it in the garbage. That scope is so bad. Yeah, it's horrible. PMC match, which is this load right here. It's a really good load, expensive load. I mean, dang, we spent some money on ammo still. PMC match shot really good. That's an okay group, and that one sucked. Something wrong, yeah, no doubt. So I came back and bolted up the Nikon Buckmasters. It's a mid-value scope. It's okay.
This magazine,
you know, it's got low rifleman rings, 1-inch tube. What power do we have on this? 24 mil dot reticle. It's okay. You know, it's a medium value scope, and I Duracoated it years ago. So it's just a tester scope now. Honestly, I wanted to put a 30 mil tube on it, but I didn't have any rings. I talked about that in the Tikka review. Came out again, and this is more like it, bro, with this scope. 100 yards, windy desert, shooting from a dang polymer table. Excellent accuracy. And by the way, running the HVT Gymtech can on it. By the way, there's a lot of great suppressors. They're so hard for me to get. This is just a workhorse. So every time I bring a table, I don't mean to say, oh, Gymtech's all that. No, they're all the same. They're all good. Suppressors are easy to make. They really are. And there's a ton of profit margin in them. I mean, they are cash cows for the company. They cost nothing to make, and they sell them for exorbitant rates. True statement, by the way. PMC Match 168. That's a 1 MOA group. Dead guy load. I meant to bring these to the table. Maybe you'll see it. This is just, my neighbor brought me these. He says, hey, this dude I know died. He watched your show. He loved it. He wanted you to have these rounds. So he bequeathed them to the Nut and Fancy Project. And I will say he did a great job. Great job. In fact, I have these marked as federal soft points. I think these are dead guy loads right here. That's 3 shots, ½ inch in the desert, not off a concrete bench at the range. PMC shooting okay. That was a match. The takeaway, I think, is this group right here. And then one more target right here. Excellent. TAC A 150 grain. That shoots pretty good. Federal soft point. TAC A FMJ. Look at that. TacticalAmmunition.com. Whoa, shoot good. American Eagle. What? FMJ shooting into freaking 3/4 inch? That's an FMJ load. And so TC will brag and say, hey dude, this gun is, and there's an insert I had from their box somewhere around here. I don't know where it went. They'll say, hey, it's a 1 MOA gun all day long. Guess what? They're right. It's 1 MOA. Now, I chose .308 caliber because I think it's a hard-hitting, perfect caliber for what I like to do. We have it in inventory, the ammunition I'm talking about. It ranges out, in my book, it's kind of an 800-yard caliber. A lot of guys, not a lot, but a few will shoot it to 1,000. I just think there's better calibers, a lot better calibers suited to that. Whatever, if that's what you want. You get a freaking cool keychain with it, though. Look at that. Stickers, keychain. This has like a freaking compass in it. Maybe you should just buy it for the compass. Get it? Compass, compass. Look at the stars around that keychain. I don't know if I'd want to carry that in my pocket. It's cool. Value. I was talking about calibers though. .308. Yeah, dude. It's a great caliber. It's a good workhorse caliber. I would hunt in it too. I would hunt elk in it with a certain load. Probably 180 grains. I do. It's basically a 30-06 in ballistics. Philosophy of use. Hunting gun is what this is meant for. That's what the Thompson site markets it as. It is a hunting gun all day long. It does have a threaded barrel on it, guys. And I've been telling the manufacturers for years, like in my Ruger American review, hey, put the threaded barrel version out. Guys may want to put a can on it. It's their option to do it. Costs them something, but to the end user, it's a lot of value. So it's kind of a nod to the tactical market, and it's really cool. It allowed us, for instance, in our testing to run it with a can, which incidentally, maybe that's one reason we're shooting so accurately. Generally, a gun with a can on it will shoot more accurately. It reduces barrel harmonics, it adds more weight to the gun, makes it more settled. I think we get that. 5R rifling, did I mention that? And did I mention how much I love 5R rifling? I raved about it in the Smith & Wesson M&P 15 Sporter review. It's easier to clean, it's button rifled. This has a medium profile barrel on it. I like the barrel, and I think this is a 22-inch barrel on it. It might, yeah, 22. It might be a 20. I forget. The one thing I will say, and this is very common for the value rifles, I said it in the Tika review, is that when you put on a bipod or bags, you can get some flex and actually touch the barrel. Now, if guys rant about that and go, oh, that sucked. Let me tell you this. It's a $350 rifle. Did you forget that? If you don't like it, go out and spend $1,000 on a rifle like that. You know, it's all, I think for what you're getting, the stock is excellent. It is free floated. You know, just anchor it back here like we were trying to do. But as you can see, we achieved pretty good accuracy with it. Not much traction on the stock. It's okay. It's a standard profile stock. Good butt pad on it. And that will take us to the action enclosed in the TC Compass. A lot of guys love that enclosed action, stiffer, more accurate, they'll say. It's got a big ejection and loading port in it, doesn't it? And it came with bases. I was going to say rings, but it came with bases. So that's a plus. So you don't have to go out running around getting bases. So there's no pick rail. Why is that? Well, I said it. It's because it's a hunting gun. It's not really designed as a military sniping rifle like that one is. And that's what you get. You can always tell a tactically oriented bolt gun because it's going to have a Picatinny rail up here. Like the FNTSR, which I love that gun. Great bolt action gun. Right in the middle. Something I don't like about this is a Mauser safety. I'm just not a fan. I've said that before a lot. So forwards fire. Middle position is actuated without firing. Safety position on. And this is locking the bolt and the firing pin. Some of you guys love the Mauser safety. I have a hard time warming up to it. I really do. I much prefer a tang mounted safety right here. Much prefer it. You can tell when it's cocked and ready to go. You'll see the bolt protruding right here. I'll go ahead and fire it right there. You'll see it actuate. Strong action from what I know. One thing I don't like about the Thompson Contender is probably the bolt knob. It reminds me of a .22 rifle. It does. It kind of does. And I don't like the bend on it. It's got a funky kind of angular bend. It's a 60-degree throw on this, I think. It will clear your optics, no problem. It's a 3-lug bolt. It's strong, nice lockup. None of that is a problem. I just think the bolt knob for me is just a little bit funky. Not just the knob, but the whole presentation. Just short, kind of stubby, kind of 22-ish. And the angle kind of reminds me of some of the Mosin Nagant bolts I put on, the bent bolts, which are good for a Mosin, but for a modern bolt action rifle, I don't know about that. Rant complete. I'll show you the bolts super quick. Take a look at the 3-lug configuration, the ejector, the extractor right there. I will say this, the gun was super smooth in action most of the time. There were a couple times where struggling with it. You'll see it in video. The only issue I think I really had with it is that the shortness of the bolt and the handle. And it was kind of minor. I'm not going to say it was major. It wasn't. How about the trigger? Nothing like putting a trigger scale on it on the table. 4.4 for a value bolt gun. And it doesn't use any funky paddles like the Savage Axis or the very copycat-ish Ruger American. It's just a good trigger. I like it out of box. That takes us to firepower. This is a downside, by the way, of the gun. This is your polymer 4-round only magazine. Yeah, I understand in the company there was discussion. There were super smart people saying, hey, when you come out with this, we need to have more than 4 rounds. The market will like that. Whoever was saying that, congratulations to you, but unfortunately the company didn't listen and they went with just a hunting configuration only, and it's 4 rounds. But remember the POU, man. It's a hunting rifle and 4 rounds is buku. I've said it before. If it takes more than 2, you need to quit hunting. I said it. So the rounds you're going to be, these are 168 atomics, by the way. The rounds that you're going to carry is right here. So 5. 4 in the magazine, 1 in the chamber. And it's an okay magazine. I wouldn't say I'm in love with it. It was just kind of a little bit weird to load. So 3 rounds going super quick. The 4th round is just like push, push, push. It needs to like transition over, rim stack, not rim stack, but a stack on the other cartridges. It's okay. Inserting it, it's flush. So if you like a flush magazine, I think that's why they really went with it. Because hunters like that because this is their point of carrying. So as they're going through the woods, they're doing this. Can't do it with a Tika, right? They're just doing it with that. So I understand, and it inserts well. There's my rant on the magazine. It's complete. And the rest of the features we've talked about are pretty cool. So accuracy we hit, reliability we've hit. It was really no flaws at all in reliability. No extraction problems, no ejection problems that I can remember. If that changes as I review the footage, then I'll annotate it, you know. How about accessories? How about you don't need nothing other than scope and rings. The bases, like I said, come with it. It's a value-priced rifle. It really is a perfect rifle that if you don't have a hunting gun and you want to go out and get something supremely accurate that you can shoot out like super long range with, and you don't mind the little quirks like the bolt knob and the magazine that I've discussed, you should buy it. How's that? It's only $350 and you can turn around and resell it for about what you paid, I guess. I can't guarantee it, but I bet you it holds its value. Go get it in, I don't know if they make it in 300, and it would kick like a beast. Oh, I'm so glad to remember that, by the way. I did shoot it without the can, and it, by the way, just like I said, it kicks bad. Even in 308, I mean, it rocked my world to the point where I had to back off from the scope in 308. And I was like, I need to put that can back on. And I did. But you're going to get an MOA out of it if you do your part and you know how to shoot. And let me say this, when we're considering the gun as a whole, the price as a whole, remember what I said about that. That's more expensive. You can almost buy 3 of these for one of those. But remember what I said about Mosin and Nagants is a lot of guys will spend up to $800,000 modifying a Mosin Nagant. And I go, why? Why? Because here you have a super smooth, modern bolt-action rifle, 5R rifled, suppressor freaking ready on this thing. Granted, your rounds limited enough, a little bit on that, but if we're talking about accessories, just go buy some more mags. It's an 100% made in the USA Thompson contender. You can buy those mags pretty easily. Just keep like 2 loaded up in your pocket. I'd get this all day long. Same with the Ruger American Savage Axis. And that's just a value discussion. First cool. If guys are like, well, second cool, I want a Mosin. I say, go ahead, man. But putting optics on a Mosin, fixing all its weird ergonomic issues, it's a lot of work. And I speak from experience. I have videos out there showing exactly that.
Good grip.
I did go to Thompson's website looking for extra magazines, and here's my message to Thompson, Smith & Wesson. Make your web store better. Guys are going to come to your web store to buy what? Something common, probably your magazines. That should be primary. You should have a clickable link right on the web store page, easily available, reasonably priced, free shipping. Support the guys that support you. Make these magazines like 25 bucks, 30 at the max. And free shipping. Guys, that just builds brand loyalty, dudes. Guys like, oh yeah, I went to their website, and then you don't have to worry about searching around for it. I did click around, and they weren't super available. Maybe I missed it. But bottom line is this, I'm going to wrap it up. For 350 bucks, a Thompson Contender compass is completely worth it. Completely, quirks aside. Ruger American, Savage Axis, Howa, Vanguard, some others I'm forgetting right now. All great options, but this has been the best, at least in accuracy, shooting bolt-action rifle that has come to the table yet. That 5R rifling and the quality of the barrel says it all. Review complete.